Window cleaning. It is often thought of as a simple, unskilled job. That may be true if it just involves wiping the windows with newspaper or a damp cloth, or even doing straight pulls with a squeegee. However, to be a truly professional window cleaner requires a mastery of various difficult techniques that set the amateurs apart from the experts. A window cleaner lacking in experience or training will take considerably longer to complete a job, and more than likely the results will be of a lower quality. Window cleaning is not rocket science, but it does involve skill, and the correct use of the right tools will result in a better clean in less time, making your boss happy, the customer happy, and giving you as a window cleaner a sense of pride in your work. Before Ettore Stecconi invented the squeegee back in 1936, window cleaning involved a bucket of water and a chamois leather. Not anymore. Window cleaning has come a long way. Today, the 21st century window cleaner has a whole range of different tools available to choose from, according to the job at hand. As in any profession, to be truly skilled, you need to know the tools of the trade, when to use them and how to use them. Let's start with the basic traditional kit. In this first volume of Advanced Window Cleaning Skills, we're going to take a look at some of the traditional tools and how to use them. Let's start with the basics. First, we have the applicator, sometimes referred to as a mop or a strip washer. A good applicator will hold plenty of water to save you going back and forth to the bucket. By using a T-bar like this one with water wells, the water is retained longer than if you were to use a smooth one. The length of the applicator to use depends on the job. A small 8-inch applicator like this is ideal for cleaning Georgian windows, but would obviously be useless on a large window like this one. The wider the window, the longer the applicator you should use, so as to cover the window more quickly. There are various types of sleeves available. The more absorbent the sleeve, the longer it will hold the water. A microfiber sleeve, like this one, is extremely absorbent. When a more aggressive clean is required, you may wish to choose a sleeve with a scrubbing strip, although you will often find that the end of the sleeve has a scrubbing patch anyway. The longest applicator typically available is 22 inches. You may prefer to use an 18-inch, which you can use on most kinds of windows and fits nicely in the bucket. Notice that he's using an oblong bucket and not a round bucket. A round bucket makes it more difficult to dip the applicator evenly and waste time, as you have to dip the applicator both ends. Even this wide oblong bucket doesn't accommodate the length of a 22-inch applicator, and so it leaves a dry area in the centre of the sleeve. You can rub over the sleeve with your hands or a squeegee to soak the full length of the applicator. Another advantage of a bucket like this is the accessories available. A sieve, for example, is handy for carrying a selection of channel lengths and squeezing out water from the mop. There are various types of cleaning solution available. A good brand of washing up liquid does a good job of cleaning the windows and is easy to work with. The soapy foam it produces makes it easy to see where you have passed with the blade, and it acts as a good lubricant when using the rubber squeegee blade on the window. Be careful not to use too much soap. Too much soap will leave a sticky residue on the window, meaning dirt will quickly build up again. It does require a more skillful hand with the squeegee, since it is not as lubricating as washing up liquid, and the blade is not as easy to turn. You may wish to add a few drops of washing up liquid to give it some slip until you get used to it, but don't overdo it to the point that it becomes frothy. That would defeat the object. Let's take a closer look at the squeegee itself. The The squeegee is made up of three parts: the handle, the channel, and the rubber blade. The handle is quick release, making it very simple to change the channel. Notice the hole here. We'll explain a little later what that is used for. The rubber blades usually come in a length like this. It's very important to change the rubber blade frequently. If the rubber gets a nick in it, then it will leave a line on the window. As the rubber wears out, it loses its sharp edge and is less efficient at carrying away the solution. Remember, you can use both sides of the rubber before throwing it away. Another cause of these lines left on the window could be a dirty rubber blade. Sometimes flakes of paint, dirt or hair can get on the rubber. Try running your finger over the blade to clean it, or wipe it with a wet cloth. If necessary, take the rubber out and wash it in the bucket. A warped channel may be responsible for watermarks left on the window where the blade has been passed, or it could be the angle that the squeegee is being used. Take care of the rubber by avoiding using it on the windowsill. Use your old rubber blades for that purpose on another short squeegee like this one, or a cheap DIY squeegee like this one. To cut it to size, put the rubber on a flat surface and straighten it out with the channel. Leave a few millimeters of overlap on each end and then use a sharp razor blade to cut through the rubber. Use a channel length to suit the size of the window. Again, the wider the window, the longer the blade. A 14-inch squeegee is good for general domestic work. As a general rule, it's better to use a squeegee blade which is shorter than the width of the window. For shops and larger windows, use an 18 or 22-inch blade to cover the window in fewer strokes. The longer the blade, the more skill is required to turn the blade effectively. Once you have squeegeed the window, there may be some detailing left to do. Use a microfiber cloth or scrim cloth to tidy up. Microfiber cloths are very absorbent. On a damp day, however, you may find that a scrim cloth is more effective. Use the cloths dry or very slightly damp to achieve the best results. If the cloth becomes too damp, it will leave smears on the window. It's better to keep a stock of clean cloths and change them. As the dry cloths become more damp, start using that as the wet cloth and grab a new clean one. A good window cleaner should only use 1 or 2 dry cloths a day. Use a set of pouches to carry the cloths. Keep a wet cloth in the front pouch for tidying up the windowsills and a dry cloth in the back pouch for minimal detailing. Never wring out the wet cloth in the bucket, or very quickly the solution will become dirty. A lot of excess water in windowsills and frames can be cleaned off with a small squeegee like this, which you can keep in your front pouch. Use offcuts from old rubber blades. This is a hip bucket, sometimes called a bucket on a belt. Use it as a place to keep your tools as you work. It stops the tools getting dirty or damaged and saves you time going back and forth. Notice the slot for a small retractable scraper blade. This is a 4-inch scraper blade. Be sure to keep the protective cap in it when not in use. If the job is a first-time clean or is very dirty, then it is a good idea to scrape the whole window. A wide blade like this makes that easier than using the small retractable blade. Let's see how to put these tools to use on a variety of windows.